Anyone remember this game? Yeah, that's Combat Arms, released free-to-play in 2008 by everyone's favorite morally questionable Korean gaming conglomerate. I remember the good old days of coming back from middle school excited to run some quarantine region with my scuffed movement speed build, only acquired by buying a $25 prepaid NX gift card from CVS with all the loose change a prepubescent teenager can scrape together. First person parkour was born in Combat Arms, bro, I swear. Titanfall and Apex Legends movement tech can only hope to compete with this. This right here is peak performance. But looking back on it, over 10 years later, this game was 100% ahead of its time. What FPS game in 2008 had full gear and loadout customization, maps with incredible level design, even by today's standards? Like, look at these maps. I know everyone who plays this remembers at least Oil Rig and Death Room. And the pay to win? Wow, it's almost as if Battlestate Games copied the ethos of Nexon all the way down to how they handle the hackers. Just look at this skit Nexon came out with on the tail end of Combat Arms' lifespan.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Want to come try out Costa Recon?
I'm fine.
Okay. Oh, I've been meaning to ask some advice.
Go for it.
Well, I've really been trying to beef up my KDR, personal best sort of thing, and I noticed yours was pretty high. I was thinking you might have a good tip for me.
What's my KDR?
87.
Is that high?
Yeah, a bit.
Wow.
Yeah, even back in 2013, game companies treated hacking like a joke. In all seriousness, Nexon probably did their best with the hacker situation, and there was close to non-existent anti-cheat back in these days anyways. But going back to the gameplay, I'm still surprised by the amount of guns they managed to squeeze into this free-to-play game, and I know that game balance was not a factor at all while Nexon was creating this new content, but the sheer amount of content in the game just makes it feel better to play than most free-to-play games, and even in these days. Maybe that's just nostalgia talking though, but I feel like there was really a game mode for everyone back in CA's peak, and gearing up your character to play a certain game mode just feels awesome to do, and from my experience, nothing except Tarkov really matches this same feeling. Another thing, the community was definitely a significant part of CA's success, and with the 2010s being the era of the free-to-play business model, community building was at its peak in like every game, especially the free-to-play games around this time. Like, I swear to God, before social media platforms became mainstream, people would just use multiplayer video games on the PC for their social media needs. I remember having to audition to join a half-decent clan. I would have to go into Elimination Pro match on Gravedigger and fight against some sweaty goon with best in slot gear, while the rest of his clan just watches and judges my worth like some gladiatorial coliseum for 12-year-olds. Definitely some 1v1s of all time. Feeling nostalgic yet? Leave it in the comments, brother. But anyways, I doubt anybody plays this shit anymore, and it's probably better that way. The game died because new competitors in the FPS space were just coming out with better games, and people started caring a lot more about game balance and being anti-pay to win. Two things that Nexon does not care about. Combat Arms sadly just couldn't keep up with the new titles releasing, like Modern Warfare 2 and 3 around that time, and CSGO first came out around that time as well. Regardless, I bet Combat Arms still had a pretty big impact on influencing the future of free-to-play and paid FPS games in terms of the innovation of features, game modes, and just the amount of gear that they managed to cram into this free-to-play game. Anyways guys, that's another yap session from me. Hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.